What's up, money? Moicano here, and today I'm going to talk about Adriano Moraes and one championship situation. Everybody knows that his contract got leaked, but it's not only that, he's being sued by his former manager, and I'm going to talk about that. Stay tuned. Everybody knows that Adriano Moraes got his purse, his contract leaked, and I think that's immoral, my brother. People don't have anything to do with that, you know, how much money you're making, and especially if it was not you, and I don't think it was Adriano Moraes, but either way, everybody's posting and commenting on the internet, and I think it's very bad for everybody. I think it's bad for one championship because one championship is trying to build their brand, you know. The other day I saw Chatri say that he has the most world champions and stuff like that. He was talking a lot of stuff on the internet, and a situation like that is very bad because Adriano Moraes is one of the best flyweights in the world, one of the best MMA fighters in the world, was fighting Demetrious Johnson, and he was getting 50K to fight and 50K to win. Of course, thanks God, he beat Demetrious Johnson, and that was amazing for his career and for his legacy, because when you beat somebody like Demetrious Johnson and you have that on your record, that is just impressive. So I think the money was not the best, but fortunately he knocked him out on the second round, and that was amazing for his career. Let's put like that. Even though I think the money was not great, we never know. One championship could be paying him off the contract. If you know what I mean, sometimes these negotiations, people put money behind the contract so you can make more money and like a legal situation and stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not aware of the way one championship deal with the athletes, but no matter what we saw on the contract was a very low pay for a champion and for a guy like Adriano Moraes. I don't think it was Adriano Moraes that got the contract leaked. I don't think it was one championship that got the contract leaked. We don't know, but one thing that we know for sure, if you look the contract on the side, we can see names and we can see this paper is on a lawsuit. And what lawsuit is that? This lawsuit is the former manager of Adriano Moraes is suing him by breach of contract. You know, he's saying that Adriano Moraes didn't pay him some fees, and because he was not following the contract that they did, he's suing him in like almost $200,000. Were you aware of that? I personally, I was, because I am Adriano Moraes' friend, and I had been talking with him about that for a long time, but I don't know, brother. I think it was just bad, the contract leaked, and I think hurt everybody on this situation. And of course, MMA fighters, especially champions, should be paid more about that. We have to find ways to make better managers to take care of the athlete's career. If you see boxing is a long time sport, and the way they do things are different. I'm gonna explain you how they do in boxing, how they do in MMA, and you tell me what you think is better for the athlete. So on boxing, usually who take care of the fighter is the promotion. So you have the Golden Boy promotion, you have the Showtime, you have, I don't know, you have many promotions and promoters that own the company. Let's say like the UFC and Dana White and Bellator, Scott Coker and Chatri and one. So in boxing, these guys, they are manager of the athletes too. Usually you fight for the UFC, but UFC is your manager. So I think you pay more, like I think you pay 30% or something like that. But from what I heard and from what I know, they pay everything for you. So let's say you're a Brazilian, they get you to the US, they pay your visa work, they pay your rent, you know, they pay all your expenses, they pay your trainers, they pay everything, but they charge 30% of that. If you succeed, if you make big money, they're gonna make big money too. And usually in MMA, they charge 10%. And if they get you sponsors, they take like 20% or something like that. It's different, everybody's different, but usually that is the price. But other than that, MMA managers, they just call the promoters, they make fights, and they find sponsors for the fights. So that's the big difference about MMA and then about boxing. We can see a huge gap between boxing and MMA in the money, especially for champions, my brother. We saw Canelo fight last week and he was making $50 million. So imagine how much money his manager is making, you know? Imagine how much tax he's paying. So it's just crazy, it's just different, but I want to give you my perspective on that. I think overall that was bad not only for Adriano Moraes and for one championship, that was bad for MMA. So we have to step up, my brother. We have to get better managers. We have to get better deals for the fighters, and we have to make this sport great. Not again, but for the first time. You know, MMA for me is the best sport in the world. There is none like MMA. There is no other fight league or fight promotion like UFC and MMA. And why is that? Because it's just complete. You can kick, you can strike, you can go to the ground. So there is no rules in the meaning that you can be the better boxer, but if you go to MMA, and look at that, brother, we can see that over and over. We can have MMA fighters going through all the other combat sports. You can see MMA fighter fighting boxing. Of course, you're not going to be best than a boxer in a boxing match. Of course, you're not going to be better than a wrestler in a wrestling match. Of course, you're not going to be better than a grappler in a grappling match. But guess what? MMA fighters can do it all. And if you throw a pure wrestler, a pure boxer, and a pure kickboxer in MMA, he's going to be done, my friend. So that's why MMA is the best sport in the world. And we have to make this MMA better. How supporting the fighters, you know, watching the video, like the button, all that that we like on YouTube. And not only that, my brother, fighters have to see their careers more professional. You have to find better managers and do better connections in MMA. And overall, that was the video for today. What's your opinion on the video? Are you liking the content? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, use the like button. Brush your teeth. Peace out.